Sorry. Sorry. Hello. Welcome again to Trial and Tribulation. You're here to prove that someone didn't die. Sorry. We have to here to prove that a thief is not a murderer and a murderer is not a thief. So, anyway, what is it this time? You won't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case indeed. What are you talking about? You're here for the trial next door. Wait, what? Which one? Next door? Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atme trial today. Detective Atme? They say they were going to try him as a Master Mask. Already? That was fast. Why allowed to see Master Mask trial? I know. By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. Oh, I know you don't like... Wait, what? Wait, is that Letty? The light? What the hell? Bill has really got into her training. I feel a little bit creeped out by that. Yeah, ever since the incident last day. Please! Don't ignore me! Oh, Mr. Delight. Good morning. No one likes me. No one will notice me even if I kill someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean... You're the murderer! No! I'm just a poor thief! No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor. I guess so. If you're a thief and you're poor, maybe there's a problem. There's a problem. Now let's see. According to the Mr. Delight, from his second crime he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit a heist. You really think there are a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick? It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time, like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor? You're ready. Preparation is the last refuge of the week. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Kudo. He got the judge in the palm of his hand, yet again. Why the prosecution always has the advantage? Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. Okay. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Kudo. Yeah, I'm afraid that too. And then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is a war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording, which I am not. Love is war. You watch the anime? It's great, isn't it? Kaguya-san, whatever the hell the title is in Japanese. That's all my statement means. You understand? You understand that now, right? Yes. Well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Oh, the judge is taking like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, the CEO of KB Security. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 AM on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of the death was estimated as 1 AM of the previous date, and that's when your little lost kitten dropped the ball. Those little lost kitten is of course the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Girl, please call your first witness. And I drink more than 70 cups of coffee during any given trial. Well, I'm still surprised how the fuck you're still alive. 70 fucking cup! But the first one is always the best. I agree, sir. You are a fucking nut. Don't drink 70 cup. It's extremely dangerous. You will blow one of your veins in your fucking mind or head and die. The likelihood of that happening is quite high. Anyway. You're not an anime character, that is what I'm fucking saying, so don't try it. Okay, then let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself. The defendant, well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objection? Maybe a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but... maybe. I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could cross-examine me? She put a lot of trust in me back then. Jesus. I wonder why. We have no objection, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. You got guts, right? Alright then, Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand. You did it, didn't you? Yes. Wait, what? What? Huh? Oh, no. That's not true. Yes? For a moment there, I thought we said right. Justice, right, Hammer? Well, Mr. Delay already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Huh, very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to the KB's security? Well, that's kind of hard to say, but I wish I could go home. Now then, let's hear the testimony about what happened. My visit to KB security. That evening, around 1 AM, I went to see Mr. Bullard in the office at KB security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. 1 AM, the exact time the murder took place. The weak get washed away by the sighs of the fate, the strong drink it up. Huh, it's a bitter today too, just like my destiny. Your destiny? Oh, okay. You never know what from the way he's chugging it down. Chugging coffee like, I don't know, water or milk. Your cross-examination, if you please. He'd order you there. It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. Why don't you say those for a letter? Should I? Please don't say it anymore. Now that she'll do it, wait, press harder. So what did the blackmail letter in the question say? I said to bring 50k. Money, a perfect motive for committing murder? Oh, but, wait. I never intended to pay that money anyway. Wait, what? Okay. I never intended to pay that money anyway? So you're gonna... Wait, what? Oh, is that right? After all, he had nothing hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. Huh? An important point, indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha! A muddy mudskipper in outer space had a better chance of surviving that. I know. Pretty dead. Just what were you being blackmailed about, anyway? The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole Master Mask thing. But I wasn't worried if Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me. He didn't? Anyway, I don't care that what anyone says about me, just as long as that's it, believe me. So that's why Mr. Delay didn't believe he was Master Mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. Used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. A security chief? You? You? And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge, a perfect motive for murder, what do you say? This isn't good. Maybe you should change the subject. Why he was fired. Mr. Dye, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Oh, well... the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Well, okay then, Defendant, please answer the question. I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company. So... oh my god. We were fired for a good reason. KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. Well, Mr. Bullard found out I was fired immediately. What? I wish I had never asked that. I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had to quit on my own. But they say, Nick, you don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. He sure told you. So you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct? Yes, I'm sorry. This is very important file, please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worst, crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. The witness statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. Wait, what? Get a card? Okay, I need to delete this. I need to edit this part out. I messed it up.
Objection!
I'm afraid that reason isn't going to hold up anymore. What do you mean? The meeting had no proof of the defendant was Master Mask. But you were the one who stole company secret only 1 year earlier. But that was all over once I was fired. It's true that the stole secret was kept under wraps. Even so, there was no reason for me to pay up now, a whole year later. Is that really true? What is it, Nick? The fact that Ron was stealing company data. I wonder if he will have had a problem with that ever become public. Will be? Yes, will. Mr. Delay, I believe you will have been in considerable trouble if your identity as a company data thief was made public. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do? By bullying your own client? Ah, men are like colonies of bacteria. They're more heat you have light the faster they grow. What the? How? No, wait, what? No, wait, what? Is it humidity? I don't know how that works. Exactly right. Well then, feel free to keep up the heat. My little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer amigo? There's a mixture of different languages. Yes, yes, now come on, provide some evidence, back up your assertion. Why will Mr. Delight want to keep his data stealing secret from going public? Mr. Delight, what you say just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having certain person found out your secret. A certain person? Miss Desire Delight, the defendant's wife. But listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like I just sit back and relax. The fun will end before it truly begins. Gotta. Yes, we know it was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company identified for his wife's pending habit for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him, and that is how the murder came up. Okay. Everything's falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that. Or you'll be sorry! Well, it seems that we learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Mr. Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in such 20 minutes. What the hell in my brain. Clearly there was a sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife and he killed to protect his secret. A family man will care just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come on now, tell us, we'll hear. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Oh, strange. It looks like someone named Anthony. Suddenly I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there dead. I see, suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe that the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that Master Mask struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since Anthony turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that. What? Are you saying I really was attacked? Well, we'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination. Goddamn, Mr. Try, don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Guru. If anything wrong, I know he didn't do it. Could you please clarify that you were referring to? Why, my Master Mask costume, of course. Wait, just a moment, Master Mask? Did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed up as Master Mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security. What? Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. See, my little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait, that's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind? Huh. My 6th cup of coffee staring up to me coldly. At any rate, we can ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. Okay. Why were you dressed up as Master Mask? Why, because I'm Master Mask, of course. What are you talking about? Master Mask's trial is being held next door. Yes, I guess so anyway at the time. I thought I was being blackmailed over the mask issue. So I thought I should go as him just to be safe. Oh boy, let me tell you, it's really pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected. Took a lot longer? What is he talking about? What do you mean it took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body. What was that? Back up a second! Yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable! Why did you hide it? Why? Just why? What reason could you have? That were you thinking? Question: when does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When they take them off. Usually I have no idea what you're saying. As usual. I agree to that statement. Do you mean that Mr. Delight hit the body because he's the murderer? Huh! So you are not stupid as you look. His method at this time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Yes. I'm the only one wanting to live here! Judge is pissed. Witness, make sure you add this thing to the bloody testimony. Yes, sir. Looks like the storm front is moving in over to the fair weather judge.
Objection!
Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? What may this be? The record for the emergency button that connects the CEO office to the security. If the button in the office is pressed, the security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 AM. What? If Mr. Delight truly was the murderer, it would have run as soon as the buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been hiding this way. Huh! Let's remember we were dealing with her. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as the chief security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them. But as it turned out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. In fact, the guard was a pathetic loser who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex-new boyfriend. That wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known. Again, remember we were dealing with her. I should bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off. Of course he didn't! This buzzer is extremely loud, there is no way he could have known something like that. The motive he didn't realize it because he was unconscious. If he had been unconscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? Fine. Let's see your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment that he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed and willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious? So he fainted? That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what you're trying to say? Mr. Delight was knocked out and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in the room. That's right, where it was they knocked out Ron Delight, then pressed the buzzer. The buzzer! Order into court. Mr. Wright, this is preposterous! It was this kid. Round the light is the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defender attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held long enough to push that button. Wait, they didn't find any fingerprints. So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. Is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? I need to prove the real Kane was there at the scene, but how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? I actually don't know. Right? Can I? His behavior proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. The fingerprints?
Take that!
No fingerprints? Okay, perfect. No fingerprints. Yeah, I remembered it correctly. I believe this is a piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue in it? Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The fact there are absolutely no clues itself, the clue. Now I'm the one who's clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it itself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints.
Objection!
Round the light obviously wiped them off. Risking to turn it on? Why would he? A guard could have come in any moment.
Objection!
He touched that button, and all he did. The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Master Mask. And Master Mask always wears lubus. The reason could have possibly had what the bottom Order. I will sing. That is my 8th coffee. No, I don't know how many is drinking. I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend of number cloud flower coffee is. I don't know. Probably tastes like birdie-like chicken. However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press an emergency button? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What is this awkward silence all of a sudden? It looks like you are fresh out of parlor tricks. I believe it's because they was trying to pin the murder to Master Mask. They're on to you, Nick. Just give you a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard around 1 AM. And Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Light and sounded a buzzer. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed. Security was supposed to respond, huh? Thumbs up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well, then. Oh ho, you got some guts. I like that in an opponent. Do you? The easy is the reason, I guess. The killer knew that if pressed the button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. You mean to say the killer called the guards on purpose? Yes, although as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock clean at the time. What touching story. They say that the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in. No, I'm not. When the buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron Delight, who has alcohol. And the third person, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what will happen? The only ones left in the room will be the victim and Ron Delight. And if any security guards came running at the time, they will think that I was the murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer objective. To frame Ron Delight of the murder. Take a sip. It's a good animation. Order. It will seem. I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you mean made to do a speed take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the only one, Master Mask, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is... We're going to drag that person here right now. But who is it? We don't have any solid proof yet. But think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to keep the security timeline. Key B. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Ken Bullard. Now let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it framed? Must run the line for the murder of Ken Bullard. That's at me. Detective Luke at me, he's the only one who could have done this. It's Detective Luke at me. You mean Master Mask, you did it? Did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in court next to us is not Master Mask at all. He's in actuality the true murder of Ken Bullard. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Theft and murder, which is more serious crime. There are not even close murder, it's a more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you will. Well, you had me confess there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, our famous detective was unmasked, as well as Mask the Mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty? Master Mask had to be perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was steering the urn to Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Master Mask was Luke Atming's outright watertight and unsaleable alibi. A guilty verdict as an alibi? Yes, I guess. You cannot be guilty of that thing. You know, it's almost time. For what? For Luke Atme verdict. It was a pretty simple trial after all. We're going to stop this trial and install that one. We need to do it now. Of course, that's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. The blackmail letter? Mr. Luke Atme trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If you were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Delight's will be left with no grounds for appeal. You really sure about this? That's only good when your life's up. Mr. Wright, I believe in you. Mr. Delight. So, please, I'm begging you. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix! Of course you can! Mia! What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. This is the way. My voice, you sound like concussion. Mia! Yeah, Mia! Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Huh. So that's your answer. Very well. I've decided as well. This call will now take a 20 minutes recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Atme to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. What the hell is that?
Well, Mr. Detective Atme.
I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed quite splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective Atme, you were all over. Oh, yeah, then. That's enough. This cause is no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant, the Luke Atme.
Hold it!
Super guilty. Wait. Now hand down your verdict, yeah, please. Why am I still confusing that? Well, so lawyer, welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser? My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atme. Accusation? You accuse Master Mask? That man is not Master Mask. He just ruthless murderer. What? Okay, that's quite abrupt interruption. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. We're gonna save here, and we're gonna tell you happy dreams. And we're gonna see you again tomorrow, hopefully. Goodbye!